everyone, it's Jenny, and today we are going to talk about decorating our outdoor trees for the birds. The birds need our help to feed them in the winter when their habitats are reduced, and it's something fun for all you bird lovers out there that like watching them. It's a great way to involve the kids or even make some of your own crafts at home for loved ones who like watching birds. Let's show you the pre-made ornaments that are really fun. You can throw into any gift basket. Suet is a very important food source for birds in the winter. It's high in fat and it's high in protein, and birds really need that food source this time of year. One, they burn a lot of calories just trying to stay warm, and also as they forage for food, they use a lot of the energy. So we've kind of picked some different food sources to show you that are really good for birds in the winter. Thistle, that's really good. Finches like those. Golden safflower is a very important food source. It's very high in fat and protein. Also on that is any kind of like striped sunflower or the black oil sunflower, also high in fat and protein. Some people don't like the mess as the birds eat it and the shells fall in the spring. So then you can just go with your already shelled sunflower hearts. We got shell peanuts, and maybe you don't have a tree close to a window or you want to watch the birds or it's too hard, or maybe you don't have a tree. You can hang a wreath and you fill them with peanuts. And you can also use like natural twine or any kind of string, and the birds can use that in the spring and use it for nesting material, or even bring it to their roosting place in the winter. We made a peanut garland, and you'll see this in all its glory on the tree outside. We put them close to each other, more for transportation, but you can space them out and hang them anywhere. Peanuts are a great food source. It's fun. It's kind of fun for the kids. Instead of doing a garland, you could make it more of a tinsel. Might be a little easier and hang them from the top down. Or another fun craft is you can go look for pine cones, or you can buy your pine cones. These are on stakes. Let me just pull them out here. Now, if you were going to do them, hang them as ornaments in your bird Christmas tree, your bird holiday tree, you just take your string, go down a couple rows, right about there, tie it nice, and you can roll it in any kind of nut butter, peanut butter, almond butter, whether it's crunchy or creamy. I always try to go with something that's natural or organic, but the sugar content's good for the birds. So you take your pine cone, you smear it with your peanut butter, and then you take it and you can roll it in any of these foods. And it becomes an instant bird feeder. And another great idea, besides hanging it in your tree, is to make those feeders and put them in your planter. Once again, if you just want more food sources, and you can do them all season long. Another tip when you're doing your ornaments and hanging stuff is to use, this isn't really bright colored, but I just grabbed the yarn I had. The bright colored is good for birds to see it. They're very visual animals, and you also never want to use very thin or fishing wire because birds can get tangled in them. So it becomes dangerous. And all that garland we made only use that much of the bag. So there's plenty. You can take some and toss them on the ground for other critters or any ground feeding birds as well. The suet balls, there's a lot of different options for the suet balls, but we have these cute little ornaments. Put your suet ball in. Hi everyone, it's Jenny and Steph, and we made it outside to decorate our beautiful tree for the birds. Right here we have our peanut garland that we talked about inside, hand strung on twine. So you want to go up and you can space it out. It's easier to do it thick. You can also do air popped popcorn, unsalted, unbuttered, and like cranberries to add a pop of color, or like we talked about, colored twine. And then we have our beautiful ornaments. So I would put the garland on first, just like your indoor Christmas tree. And as we're just kind of hanging them to give you an idea, but you can hang them inside, and if you have horizontal branches where the birds can actually perch on them to feed on the different food sources you put up there, that is great. I got it. It's also really good if you can do them on evergreens. If you have spruce or pine trees or any kind of evergreen, the extra shelter is really good for birds. So let's find this guy spot. I would suggest, instead of doing hooks, to just grab another piece of yarn or twine and actually tie it to the tree loosely. And if you use brightly colored, it'll be easier to remove in the spring. You want to make sure you remove it so it doesn't girdle the branch.
Yeah, and don't forget about our best friends, the squirrels. They also need some food in the winter. We got some corn on the cob and some critter crunch.
So happy holidays and go feed the birds.